Alright, in this video we are going to learn how to just draw the basic structure for the buildings. We're going to start with your horizon line and your vanishing point. You're going to draw a rectangle. Make sure it's parallel to the edges of your page and that the lines themselves are perpendicular to each other. That means make sure they're straight. Make sure the corners form a true right angle. Notice I'm lining my ruler up with the edge of the paper. Do the same thing down at the bottom, lining that ruler up with the edge of the paper. Now that you have your rectangle, you're going to connect the corners to your vanishing point. So on the bottom, you can go ahead and connect all the way to the vanishing point because that is going to be your ground line. The top corner, you're going to still line up your ruler with the vanishing point, but you're only going to draw the line as deep as you want your building. It will save you some erasing. Now that you have that, you're going to line your ruler up, slide it over, and then drop down your vertical line to finish off your first building. I noticed that I got mine a little bit crooked because I didn't line my ruler up at the bottom of the paper, so now I'm going to fix that. Even though it's just a little bit off, if you continue to use that crooked line, everything else is going to be crooked. So you want to make sure you fix things when you first see that something's wrong. Now I'm erasing the line, the horizon line that goes through the building because that building would be blocking it and you would not be able to see it. From here, we're going to draw a building that is shorter. So you're just going to pick a point, however tall you want, and you're going to connect that point to the vanishing point. Again, just as far out as you want that building to be wide. And then you're going to drop down your vertical line, making sure your ruler is lined up at the bottom of the page. Erase the extra. Now we're going to draw a taller building, so you're just going to take that that right edge and extend it up as tall as you want that next building to be. You're going to connect the top of that line to the vanishing point, again only drawing it out as deep as you want that building to be. Drop down your vertical line, making sure your ruler is lined up at the bottom of your page. And then for this corner, you're going to do a horizontal line because this is like the front-facing side of the building. So again, line your ruler up with the other side of your page and draw that line over as deep as you want that building to go. And then drop down your vertical. And now you have a building that's taller than the previous one. Now we're going to create a little alleyway or street, basically just a separation between the buildings. Our first three buildings have been connected. This one will be separate. So I erase a little section of the ground line. Now I'm going to draw my vertical line, however tall I want that building to be. I'm going to connect the top to the vanishing point. And I'm going to do the front edge with a horizontal line. And I just took it over and dead-ended into the previous building. You do the same thing at the bottom because, again, it's that front rectangle like you would have in your very first building. And now we're taking the top of that line to the vanishing point, however wide you want that building to be. Now you've got your four buildings that we can now add doors and windows and make them actually look like buildings. The original, one shorter, one taller, and then one that's separate. Now you try drawing a row of at least 3 buildings.